find 30 and you find Thomas Jefferson Pierce. Now I'm just on a mission. I'm doing this.
You're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Or else you can't see the dots, just try to find them.
If it wasn't raining, we could probably plainly see the dots, right?
So could I ask your name?
I'm Gary Witt, WITT, and
What does the wall mean to you, Mr. Witt?
well, because this is history. I mean, that we didn't mean to make. We didn't mean to leave our soldiers over there, our buddies and friends. And, it means the most to be able to come up here and know that I've got my name could be very easily run up there. And when I come to touch their names, it runs through your heart, through your mind, that you could have easily been up there. And it's just first time I came up here, I was in tears, and my wife had to drag me out because I couldn't leave it. It had so much impact. I had to stay and get it all out. Basically just be here, and this is a place to do that.
And what did you do in the military? What was your
I was
responsibility?
in Marines. I was a point man for our company, and got to walk up there and run into a lot of ambush. I was in battles, and not that I wanted to kill anybody, but it was either to live or to die. One way or the other. You had to do your part, and there's a lot of guys at my age. I mean, I was just 20 years old, and to have to go through that, it was tough to realize what you're grown up now. You can buy a beer, but
But that was 50 years ago, and it seems like yesterday, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. It's hard to believe it's 40 years that this wall has been up here. We were just talking about that.
What about you, sir? And can you tell me your name and what you did?
Irving L. Russell. And, I'm a Vietnam veteran. I was in Americal Division, 23rd Infantry Division, 196th Infantry Brigade, and I was on the forward area support team out of Chuli. But in '82, we dedicated this wall. It was the first time I was able to really be in the company of sincere, real Vietnam veterans. Prior to that, at the time of my release out of Vietnam, I was isolated and alienated from people because if I met a veteran and he said Vietnam, we would gobble a little bit, but nobody really believed each other or something.
We would invitation. Thanks.
Yeah, we would separate, but when I came here, this was a purging experience. And it was the first beginning of the healing that was necessary for me to become the person I am today, because prior to that I was an isolated shell for having experienced feeling guilt, feelings for surviving the war, and then coming back and not being able to fit in with the rest of the people around me, doing the duties that I did, and that's what it was. I did what I was told because that was my job. And this wall is just a remarkable healing thing for the Vietnam veteran and for the country. It really brought the country together. The design was so controversial, but it is so meaningful. I mean, 40 years later, we're looking at a historic event. I would have never imagined. When I first came here, this was all red clay, the walkways, but it was almost like they imported it from Vietnam, and we was walking on it. But we had a parade, and I was with the Americal Division. That was the first time the Americal Division's colors had been marched on American soil, because we lost our colors in Guadalcanal, but we regained them in Vietnam, and we marched them down. So I was a part of that participation. I had the distinct pleasure last night to read the last page of the readings of the names of the 58,283 names on the wall. And it was a moving experience for me. I mean, it was gratifying. I traveled here from Massachusetts to come to this 40th event. And I'm so appreciative of the work by these volunteers in this park service, and to the rest of the people of the world at home, and the families that have sacrificed. And yeah, I think that's probably about enough for me.
Thank you so much for your service.